Guys, and today I got my Premier League prediction review. So if you haven't seen the last video, by the way, we got a fortnight win on Sniper Shootout with our mate Fergus. So yeah, if you haven't watched that, go drop that a like as well. So yeah, but today is a Premier League prediction review, as I said. As you know, around, maybe some of you know, around 12 months ago, I did a prediction video, what I think the Premier League table will look like, and we're going to go over it today. So yeah, so we're going to start off in 20th, and we're going to go bottom to top. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, smash a like in it as well. So yeah, and let's get right into the review. So Sheffield United, I predict them to finish 20th. They finished 9th. Now, this is crazy, really. Fair play to Chris Wilder and Sheffield United, because some of the performances they put in this season have been brilliant. And what they've done this season has been very good for the squad they have. To finish 9th, unlucky to not get, Europe, but, I think they may get good money, get good signings in, maybe get a Europa League spot next season. We'll see. But overall, I think they had a very good season overall. Fair play to them. Like, they deserve to finish where they finished, because they were unexpected to finish there, but they managed to do something crazy and do that. So yeah, fair play to them is all I can say. Now we're going to move on to 19th, which is Aston Villa. And this one's a bit unfortunate, because really, Arsenal, you could have won that game there, because Aston Villa have got momentum from that game, and they got that point against West Ham, which was enough to stay up, because even though Bournemouth won, but West Ham, just a bit poor, really. I'm not going to say too much about them, but we'll get a bit onto them later in this video. But yeah, so yeah, Villa finished 17th. I predicted the 19th. Like, very close though, and the relegation battle, as we all know, but yeah, it's how it is. So yeah, now 18th, I predicted Southampton to finish 18th. Now, let's face it, Danny Ings is kind of like a player. It's just like came out of nowhere. Done very good this season. Scored a load of goals. Kind of carried Southampton, really, if you think about it. But still, overall team effort this season for Southampton, I think, has been decent. Like Shea Adams here and there gets goals. Yeah, they have an alright squad as well. So yeah, I don't know why I predicted them to get relegated. I think that's just per prediction from me. We'll just move on from that one. 17th, I predicted Norwich. With players like, obviously I predicted Norwich finished 17th, as I just said, but they finished 20th. And I don't know what to say about this one. The team they have, I know Pukki missed like some games, but if you got Buendia, Jamal Lewis, Max Aarons, you've got some decent players. Tim Krul, he should be mentioned as well, because I thought he'd been a good keeper this season for Watford. Not Watford, Norwich. Whatever I'm talking there, whatever. We move. But yeah, for Norwich. So yeah, I think they should have done better with the squad they had, even without Pukki some of the season. But obviously they had Pukki some of the season, and Pukki missed some games because of injury, I think. So yeah, but it just didn't go their way. It happens. They could potentially bounce back next season. Maybe do better in the Premier League this season after next season, or no, if they don't come out next season. Well, we don't know what's gonna happen. But yeah. So we're gonna move on to 16th, which I predicted Brighton, and this one was pretty unfortunate, because if West Ham won, which they probably should have, because it's Villa, really. just ridiculous from West Ham. But we'll move on to them later. But yeah, obviously Antonio's been in good form as well for West Ham, but today they just couldn't pull it through. Well, whenever I upload the video, it won't be today, because I'm literally recording this straight after the Premier League games are finished, but this will be out on Monday, Tuesday, as I said. So yeah, but yeah, it just Brighton 15th, fair enough, did the job. That's all I can say. 15th, I predicted Burnley. They finished 10th. Obviously, Dyche is a good manager. Like, obviously, he won Manager in the Month in February, I think it was. Fair play for finishing 10th with the squad you got. It's not the greatest in squads. Like, you don't have too many good players, really. But it's an okay squad, obviously, but I wouldn't say a squad that should be finishing 10th, but what Dyche has managed to do has made them finish 10th, so fair play to them. Really, is all I can say. 14th, I predicted Newcastle. Finished 13th, and if Palace won, Newcastle would have been 14th, but they didn't. But it's just another unfortunate one, as we know. But again, it happens. So yeah, that's all I can really say. Newcastle, what have I got to say really? Like a mid-table team, what do you really want to say about them? It's just probably an average season for Newcastle, really. Because they're probably finishing where they should be finishing, to be honest. So yeah, we'll move on. 13th, I predicted Bournemouth. Now, this is kind of like a Norwich one, I'm saying, because the squad they have, Ed Howe as well, good manager, just didn't get it right this season, unfortunately, for Bournemouth. With players like Callum Wilson, Josh King, Harry Wilson being alright as well. Like Ake, he's missed a few games, I think, as well. Ake, but so I don't think there should be a complaint on that, but Bournemouth should be doing better, really. Is what I would basically say for this. So yeah, just the way it is. Very poor from Bournemouth this season. All I can say. So now in 12th place, I predicted Crystal Palace. Now they finished 14th. Not great for them. I think they should be finishing higher, because they played well at the start of the season, I think, as well. Weren't they like 6th at one point, 7th or 8th, like around there? And then they kind of just went away. But it's what happens. But we just move on, really. See how they do next season. Maybe I'll get their prediction right next season. Who knows? Right, 11th, Watford. This one is probably one of the most unexpected things I would ever see. Like, Watford getting relegated. What was an FA Cup final last year? I think it was last season. Obviously it didn't go too well in that game, but they were unlucky, I think. But they could have done better with the squad they have. Like, Troy Deeney is just still a great player. I thought Danny Welbeck would be a bit better. I thought he would have been all good signing for them, to be honest, but he just didn't turn up, really. And Sarr as well. It's just crazy. Imagine a relegated team beating Liverpool. Like, oh god. Let's move on. 10th. We are on to 10th now, where I predicted West Ham. Now, very poor from West Ham this season. They have a good squad as well. Like, I don't know what to say about them. Like, I just don't want to talk about them because they've been very poor. That's all I can say. It's very poor from what I've seen. So yeah, not great at all. I'm just not going to talk about West Ham. Very poor. That's all I can say. we're just gonna move on to ninth. Ninth, I predicted Leicester, and Leicester actually finished 5th. Unlucky, but overall they should have got the top 4. Cause it's a few games, like they weren't on the greatest form in the restart. I don't think they didn't play too great. They probably should have won one more, like a couple more games. But yeah, it's unfortunate. But I think they could have maybe should have done a little bit better to get the top 4. Obviously, I wasn't expecting them to be there, but like if you're in that position, you should be really securing top 4, like because they were 3rd, but then they kind of just bottled it. That's all I can say. But it's still overall decent season because I wasn't expecting them to finish there, but they could have got the top 4. But you know, that's how it is. So now we're gonna move on to 8th, which I predicted Wolves to finish 8th, and they actually finished 7th. So yeah, it's just unfortunate. Arsenal could have easily got that Europa League spot, but Arsenal have been very poor this season, haven't they? That's all I can say. Yeah, Wolves just another good season. I think for them. Just yeah, decent squad now. Like Adama Yilmaz, oh, unbelievable. They're just so good, so good. Fair play to them. So yeah. But what I'm gonna say now is we're gonna move on to 7th, which I predicted Everton, and they finished 12th. Everton, like you've got Richarlison. He could have gone to Barca easy. What was it, 85 mil they wanted it for him? And like Everton rejected it. Mistake, that's all I'm gonna say. But because yeah, I mean, I just don't know what to say about them either. It's just not been a good season for Everton really, because I was expecting them top 10 at least, but it just didn't happen. So yeah, I don't have too much to say. We move on. So yeah, now 6th, I predicted Chelsea. Definitely got way wrong. To be fair, Lampard, he wasn't allowed to sign anyone. For what he done, it being good manager, I think, for Chelsea. I think he'd be good, become good. Obviously, he is good, but Chelsea actually finished 4th, and I predicted them 6th. Now, goal difference have mugged Chelsea off here a bit because they were gonna get 3rd, but Man United snatched it in the end with the goal difference. So yeah, like Man United just score goals. It's just mental. But you know, it's what happens. You know, it happens. But yeah, no. Unlucky to Chelsea for missing out on 3rd. Probably should have got 3rd, but it's unlucky in the end, really. Because Bruno just kind of turned around United's season. And Greenwood, really. Martial, Rashford, all good players. Let's just say that. So yeah, now we're going to move on to 4th. No, 5th. I predicted Arsenal to finish 5th. Very poor season for Arsenal. Finished 8th. No Europa League. Couldn't finish in the Europa League spot. I don't know what to say. It's been very poor. Like Pepe, good signing. Just, I don't know. Pepe was okay this season, I think, but I don't like. Obviously, they sacked the manager, like, and they brought Arteta in. Like, I think Arteta will become good because let's remember he hasn't had a transfer window yet. He could become a good manager. Because Arsenal were like 10th or 11th at one point, I think it was. So yeah, Arteta is, I think, done well to get them 8th, really, even though they should do better, but Arteta didn't have the players, that's all I'm gonna say. And I think that's why they finished 8th, because just Pepe was a good signing, but they just needed to sign more players. Like, cause they can't have like players to rely on like Kari. So yeah, that's why really they finished 8th, I think. So yeah, but now we're gonna move on to 4th. I'm not gonna speak about this much because obviously it's really unlucky. Again, I almost got the prediction right. Man United, they finished 3rd in goal difference. I mean, what can I say? Like, disappointed, but you know, happens. But yeah, Man United finished 3rd on goal difference. They kind of turned their season around as well. If like players like Bruno, Martial, and Greenwood, Rashford, kind of. But yeah, the other 4 players have been pretty good, I think, this season. Well, maybe towards the end of the season, really. But Martial's been kind of good all season, but you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, fair enough, they got 3rd in the end. But yeah, unlucky for Chelsea. As I'm gonna say that. That's all I'm gonna say. Right, moving on to 3rd now. I predicted Tottenham. They finished 6th. It's just a Europa League spot. It's not great. Obviously, they sacked Pochettino, which I know he wasn't doing the best, but I think they should have kept him. Because, like, what? I mean, like, he got into the Champions League final, and you sack him, like, was it midway through the season, and you get Jose Mourinho in? I mean, no comment on that. That is just utter bollocks, is all I'm going to say. From Tottenham. Well, the Tottenham board, really. Yeah, so, yeah. Now, top 2 was, I just got the top 2 wrong way around. Predicted Liverpool to finish 2nd. I predicted Man City to finish 1st. Obviously, I went the other way around. So, Liverpool 1st, Man City 2nd. But this one was a bit of a weird one because Liverpool, very good, fair play, deserved it. Man City, I think they missed out on Laporte for half the season, but can you really blame that? Because like Liverpool have just been too good this season. I think with Laporte, I don't think it would have stopped Liverpool really, because I just think some of the performances City put in, they're just not the best. They could have done a lot better, I think, but you know, obviously they missed on Laporte, but I don't think that's why they finished 2nd. I don't think you can blame it on that, so yeah. Now, obviously we gotta talk about Liverpool now, because they finished 1st. Well, actually, no, we talk about City again, because they finished 1st. Well, I predict them to finish 1st. But I just talked about City, so I'm going to talk about Liverpool now, because I didn't really talk about them. But fair play Liverpool. Like, who do they need to sign? Who are they going to sign for next season? They won't need to sign players, I think, because Man City are going to have a right go at signing players. If you're talking about like someone like if Pep can do what Lampard can do, for example, got Timo Werner, Ziyech, 2 brilliant players, potentially Kai Havertz as well. For what Lampard done for that, fair enough, because obviously they had a transfer ban. So yeah, fair play. I think Chelsea need a centre back as well, but sure Lampard should be able to do that, because from what I've seen from him, it's been good. And what he's done in this transfer window. So yeah, fair play for him for that. But yeah, unfortunately, I did not get any predictions right this year. Hopefully I get some right next year, but a few ones we were just, well, probably about 3 or 4 of them we were just 1 or 4 goal difference. So yeah, that's all I can say. Just slight things just don't go the way for predictions. So yeah, And that's how my predictions were for the season. That's how they went in the end. Not great, but it's how it went. Basically ended the video right here. If you enjoyed it, smash a like in it. If you don't like it, please tell me in the comments. Maybe I can make it better next time. Please don't forget to like it and subscribe, and peace out, and I'll see you in the next video, which I don't know what it'll be. So yeah, see you then.